The Battle of Iwo Jima was one of the most brutal and fiercely contested engagements of World War II. For 36 days, beginning on February 19, 1945, more than 70,000 US Marines fought their way across the island's black volcanic sands, locked in deadly combat with over 20,000 deeply entrenched Japanese defenders. The cost of the battle was staggering, with nearly 7,000 Americans killed and more than 19,000 wounded. Yet from the carnage, acts of extraordinary valor emerged. A total of 27 US servicemen would be awarded the Medal of Honor for their heroism during this campaign, the highest number ever awarded from a single battle in American history. The youngest among these distinguished few was a 17-year-old private named Jacklyn H. Born on February 14, 1928 in Plymouth, North Carolina, Jacklyn's early life was marked by hardship. After losing his father at the age of 11, he was enrolled in the Edwards Military Institute in Salemburg, where he stood out as a natural leader, rising to cadet captain and serving as the captain of the football team, though his ambition would soon extend far beyond the school ground. Determined to join the Navy following the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, Jacklyn forged his mother's signature and enlisted in the US Marine Corps Reserve on August 6, 1942, at the age of 14. Thanks to his large build and physical maturity, he successfully passed basic training and qualified as a sharpshooter, before being assigned to the Marine Barracks at the Naval Air Station in Jacksonville, Florida. By 1943, he had cycled through multiple units and had trained as a heavy machine gun crewman. In November of 1943, Jacklyn was deployed to Hawaii and assigned to the 6th Base Depot of the 5th Amphibious Corps at Pearl Harbor. After over a year of rear echelon duties, he grew increasingly frustrated and became eager to see combat, soon taking matters into his own hands. In January of 1945, hoping to see action, Jacklyn stowed away aboard the USS Duel, a transport ship bound for Iwo Jima. After spending a month in hiding aboard the ship, Jacklyn would turn himself in to a Marine captain on February 8, 1945, only one day before his name would have officially appeared on a Marine Corps deserters list. Instead of placing him under arrest, the captain brought Jacklyn before Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Pollock. Recognizing the young Marine's determination to fight, the Lieutenant Colonel chose to reassign him to a rifle company that was preparing for the invasion. On February 19, 1945, Jacklyn stormed the beaches of Iwo Jima with the 1st Battalion, 26 Marines of the 5th Marine Division, immediately being thrust into ferocious combat. On the following day, while cautiously moving through a twisting ravine that ran in close proximity to the front line, Jacklyn and 3 fellow Marines were suddenly ambushed by a hostile patrol, which attacked with rifle fire and grenades. When 2 of the grenades landed directly in front of their position, Jacklyn reacted instantly, throwing himself onto one grenade and pulling the other beneath him, absorbing the full force of the explosion to save the lives of his comrades. Still under fire, and believing that he had been killed, his fellow Marines were forced to press on. Though hours later, another unit passing through the area made the stunning discovery that Jacklyn was still alive. Severely wounded and barely conscious, he was carried by stretcher bearers to the beach, where he waited until nightfall before being evacuated to a hospital ship offshore. Over the next several months, Jacklyn would require 26 surgeries to remove over 200 pieces of shrapnel from his body, and underwent extensive physical therapy to regain the use of his arm. On October 5, 1945, he would be awarded the Medal of Honor by President Harry S. Truman. At just 17 years old, he became both the youngest Marine and the youngest US serviceman of World War II to receive this decoration. As incredible as his survival on Iwo Jima had been, this would not mark the end of his brushes with death. In 1961, seeking to conquer his fear of heights, Jacklyn enlisted in the US Army and qualified as a paratrooper. During a training jump, both of his parachutes would fail mid-air. Incredibly, he would survive the fall by rolling at the last second before hitting the ground. Jacklyn would later volunteer to serve in the Vietnam War, but was ultimately ordered to remain stateside, where he helped to train troops who were bound for combat. He retired from the military in 1965 with the rank of captain. He would pass away in 2008 at the age of 80.